been a while since we last had a chat, haven't we? Welcome to a different style of video. Today, we're on Fortnite.gg because we're not going to be doing a regular seasonal ranking of Fortnite. Now, I haven't done a Fortnite video in a while since, I want to say it's my Season 7 video, but this video is of course another Fortnite ranking. However, we're going to do it in a different style. So, we're here on Fortnite.gg as I said, and we have all these Fortnite seasons from Chapter 1 Season 1 to the Chapter 6 Season 3, our most current season. And we're going to rank all these seasons from worst to best, for real this time. We're not doing tier lists, we're not going to do that. Although this site does have tier lists, as you can see here, there are tier lists in this. There are tier lists built into this, but we're going to be doing like this. So, I'm going to start with my least favorite seasons and then work up to my favorite seasons. The criteria for my lists are always pretty simple. Basically, how much fun did I have playing the season, and how much did I enjoy it? That's pretty much how it works. So, this is the first video I've done in a while. I apologize if I ramble on for too long. I am rusty, but I have other videos I want to record tonight, and they are ranking related and tier list related. Also, I'm glad you guys enjoyed my most recent video. Thank you so much for watching that video. Really do appreciate the continued support. We're at 3.8 thousand subscribers right now. I thank you guys so much for supporting me when I haven't posted in a while. And let's get to it. Okay, starting at the bucket, we're at the bottom of the list here. My least favorite season of Fortnite ever. My least favorite season. To me, my least favorite season. We're gonna start with Chapter 5 Season 3, and then Chapter 5 Season 2, simply because I didn't play these two seasons at all. None whatsoever. Did not play them at all. And that's because Chapter 5 Season 1 is just gonna go right here. Is that? Nah. Put it back here. My least favorite season of all time is Chapter 5 Season 1. Simply because this season was so boring. It's because this season was so boring and the changes to this season were so weird and the map was just so uninteresting to me that it hampered my enjoyment for it made me not care about Chapter 5 Season 2 or Season 3. And for that matter, Season 4, which sits at the top. For me, my favorite season of Chapter 5 is Season 4. Chapter 5 is my least favorite chapter, just because I didn't care about the map, I didn't care about the weapons, I didn't care about none of the battle passes, I didn't care about much of anything when it came to Chapter 5. None whatsoever. And the same thing can be said about Remix. Remix sits right here too. So, at dead last, we have Chapter 5 Season 1, Chapter 5 Season 2 coming up next, Chapter 5 Season 3, Chapter 5 Season 4, and Remix. Let's start with Chapter 5 Season 1. Chapter 5 Season 1 changed the movement changed the OG movement to a new realistic movement, which nobody liked. Even though they spent the entirety of Chapter 5 tweaking the movement to make it feel better. I want to say by Season 4, it felt natural. By Season 4, it felt natural, but the first implementation, ooh. And then the weapons were uninspired, and weapon mods, which were a unique concept that's been talked about since Chapter 2, when they were released, they felt uninteresting. And as I said, Chapter 5 Season 2 and Chapter 5 Season 3, I didn't even play because Season 1 left such a bad taste in my mouth with how boring it was. Like, there was no story. There was a story. The story of Season 5 was to save Peely, which was done in a loading screen. That's unfortunate, is it? Yeah, unfortunately, Chapter 5, all seasons of Chapter 5, Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4 is the better one. I'm putting Season 4 right here. Season 4 is the best season of Chapter 5 because it's Marvel themed. And again, I played Season 4 at the very end. The same thing goes for Season 3 and Season 2. I played these 2 seasons on the last day. I got 1 win on each of those games and I hopped out. I had that much interest in just to play 1 game. But I didn't play the full life cycle of these 2. I didn't play the full life cycle of this, and I played the full life cycle of this and this. So overall, Chapter 5 has my least favorite seasons. And then up next we have... It pains me to do this. We're going to do Chapter 4 next. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this because a lot of people like Chapter 4, but I'm not one of those people. I thought Chapter 4 was just okay. So my least favorite season of Chapter 4 is Season 3, just because I just didn't like the map. Like, the jungle biome wasn't really that interesting to me. The flapjack rifle, which was new, wasn't that interesting. And just a lot of things that happened in Season 3 were just uninteresting. The battle pass, aside from Optimus, was uninteresting. The summer event was bad. There was just no redeeming qualities about this season. Season 1 goes up next. It's a vast improvement to Season 3. But other than like the Shockwave Hammer and the Excalibur Rifle, another pretty boring season in my opinion. They got like nothing much happened. The battle pass, aside from realistically Doomslayer, I didn't really care much about the other battle pass skins. Even the Aegis were people light. I cared more about Doomslayer because I played a lot of Doom at this time, to be honest with you. Then we have Season 4 up next. And Season 4, even though I didn't play a lot of Season 4, I was in and out of Chapter 4, Season 4. I did enjoy this season, like, towards the end. Like, during the Fortnite Nightmares. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it around that time. I'm gonna be real. Again, can't remember too much about this season, because I said I was in and out of it. I didn't stick around long. Once I completed the Battle Pass, I just got out. Because it was the same way with, like, Season 4, Chapter 4, Season 1, Chapter 4, Season 3. To be honest, Chapter 5, Season 1, I barely finished that Battle Pass. I'm gonna be real with you. Gonna be real. And then we have OG coming up next for Chapter 4. OG was like a, whoa, we're back on the Chapter 1 map. And it was cool for a bit. But after a while, I remember, yeah, I've been playing Fortnite for close to 7 years at this point. So OG really lost its luster. OG lost its luster after like a week, for me at least. And then we have Then we have Chapter 4 Season 2, which is my favorite season of Chapter 4, just because of like the overall like flow and like the style of like the map and whatnot. Or like not even the map, like the items and whatnot. The kinetic blade for one was really cool. And then we have like the Japanese themed POS, like Kinjutsu Crossing, Stevie Springs, Make a City. Like that whole southeastern part of the map was my home, because I love Japanese like architecture and like culture on that. Which is why when we get to Chapter 6, I'll have a lot to say about those seasons, of course. Okay, up next is Chapter 3. We're gonna talk about Chapter 3 next. And my least favorite season of Chapter 3, I'm gonna be real, is Vibin'. I understand the context of the story for Vibin'. It was really the peacetime, right? After the war of Season 2, this was peacetime, right? Peacetime, everything's cool, there's no war, we chilling, relaxing, having a good time. Yeah, but my God, with this season was so boring. But I enjoyed it more than Chapter 5 Season 1. This may be my least favorite season of Chapter 3, but it's better than Chapter 5, which is not saying much. And then I'm gonna do Chapter 3 Season 1 right after that. Yes, I know Spider-Man and the web shooters and whatnot carried this season. Well, but like, even after I grinded out the Battle Pass, finished up everything, got all the super levels, finished every event and every challenge that was ever introduced in Season 3, there's nothing to do. What, you want me to grind victory crowns? I don't care about victory crowns. I'm not one of those crown farmers. I don't care. about crowns. Even if I get a win in Fortnite nowadays, I drop my crown because I don't care about getting a crown victory royale. Am I gonna get an umbrella for that? No. Crown victory royales are just another way of saying that you're unemployed. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm good. Thank you. I'm good though. Okay, now we got Chapter 3 Season 2 and Chapter 3 Season 4. I'm a little torn right now. Because, I'm not. Chapter 3 Season 2 will go next. And this season did a lot for Fortnite. It introduced Zero Build. For one. And for two, Zero Build was such a breath of fresh air. It was like Zero Build breathed new life into the game because now everybody was on an even playing field. There was no cranking to the moon. If you got shot and you were out in the open, you were going to get killed. Positioning in Chapter 3 Season 2 was king. And for someone who played a ton of Call of Duty at this point in time, this season was like heaven for me. Even when builds got added back later on in the season for story purposes, for story, or people really complained about Chapter 3 Season 2 about building being gone and how Fortnite isn't Fortnite without building, and building was the one thing that Fortnite had gone for it. And again, building was gone because of the story, right? But people didn't like that. Me, I love Chapter 3 Season 4, Chapter 3 Season 2, excuse me. But speaking of Chapter 3 Season 4, that's my favorite one of the bunch. That's my favorite one of Chapter 3. Yes, I know a lot of people did not like the Chrome, and this might get me killed or crucified on the internet. But I really enjoyed the Chrome mechanics of Chapter 3 Season 4. How you could turn like a Chrome ball, phase through walls, or how the evil Chrome weapons would get better the more damage you did. I enjoyed that concept. I really did. Plus, this season had a lot of mobility with the launch balloons around the map. I love a season that has a lot of mobility. Makes the game more fun, in my opinion. Okay, Chapter 2 is going up next. Alright, Chapter 2 is going up next. So, starting from the very bottom of the list, my least favorite season is going to be Chapter 5. It could be Chapter 2 Season 5. I know, but Faceless, what about Primal? I enjoyed Primal more. This season was boring, y'all. Chapter 2 Season 5 was one of the most boring seasons I had played at that time. And Chapter 2 Season 1 exists, mind you. But this season happened to be even more boring. If you weren't a part of the competitive scene, you were a casual pub player like myself, this season was boring. There was nothing to do. I didn't care for the mythics. I didn't want to go for the mythics. I didn't care for a lot of the middle of the map. The battle pass, kind of meh. Didn't really care about Mandalorian, to be honest. I fell out of Star Wars years ago. Menace was cool. Lexa, she was cool. Mancake, I thought nothing of. And overall, just the whole vibe of Season 5 was pure chaos. But wasn't really chaotic, more boring. Just basically a big collapses with a bunch of different IPs like Halo, God of War, Street Fighter, and all that. And while I'm happy to have the full Street Fighter set in my locker right now, with all the bat links, pickaxes, emotes, gliders, and skins, if I wanted Street Fighter, I could literally go play Street Fighter 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or the original Street Fighter. I could literally go do that. Just saying. Went on a little bit of rant here. Alright, next season up, Chapter 2 Season 6. I don't hate this season. Let's stay though. I don't hate this season. This season, just to me at least, this didn't have a lot going for it. The only thing it had going for it was crafting, but half the community didn't like it. Nobody liked crafting. And while I thought the past was fine with skins like Raz and Horcroft and Jones and the Spire Assassin, or even Raven for that matter, Raven being in the past was pretty cool. But other than that, Primal wasn't that good of a season. The map was not pleasant to look at. Bony Burbs, not a cool POI. Colossal Crops, not a cool POI. To be honest, the map really didn't do it for anybody, for me or anybody. Sorry. Alright. Chapter 2, Season 1, you're up next. This season, the longest season in Fortnite history, because this is when the pandemic started to go around. This is when the word pandemic started going around. To be honest, this is when the pandemic started going around. And let me tell you, this season, right here, the last season I ever hit level 300. This season had Winterfest, Fortnitemares, and then the Love and War LTM with Search and Destroy in Fortnite. Well before we had Ballistic. Winterfest was this first iteration of Winterfest jumped completely on Chapter 3 Season 1s, Chapter 4 Season 1s, and even Chapter 6 Season 1s, which we'll talk about. We will get there, okay? But this first season of Chapter 2, not the best start. And it went on far too long. It got boring really quickly. The only update we got, and the only really major update we got in this season was a harpoon. The harpoon gun. That's it. I don't even know if I should mention the Star Wars collab. That was cool. Lightsabers were cool at the time. But that was really it though. Besides Star Wars, really it, to be honest. Yep, that's it. Chapter 3, Chapter 2, Season 1 sits at 3rd place, sits in, since there's 8th, 7th, 6th place. Alright, coming up at 5th place. Coming up at 5th place is Chapter 2, Season 3. This season had a cool premise going for it. The map was flooded over the first batch of weeks, and then after the water receded, we had cars. The cars we have now pale in comparison to cars at launch. Cars at launch were instant kills. You get run over, you die. Of course, people complained about the cars being too overpowered. They got nerfed in the next season. But you had to be there for launch day cars. You had to be there. Launch day cars were broken. I secured so many wins in a car. So I'm not here to lie to you, say that, oh, I didn't do that. I secured many wins in that car. Okay, my next season up, we have Chapter 2, Season 8, Season 7, Season 4, and Season 2. I am going to go with Chapter 2, Season 2 as in 4th place. I know it's a sin. People love Chapter 2, Season 2. And while I do think the season was good, this season got boring really quickly. Plus, this is peak COVID. Yeah, this season, peak COVID. I don't think I need to say anything else about that. This season ran on just as long as Season 1, but not as long. But the season was long. We did have the Travis Scott concert. We had Mythics introduced. We had the rig, the agency, the grotto, the yacht, and the shark, of course. And while the battle pass is cool and whatnot, and Deadpool's secret skin was also cool, my gripe with this season is that it went on too long. Like, unfortunately, this season isn't top 3. It used to be top 3, but the more I look back on it, I quit halfway through this season after I finished the battle pass. I quit halfway through and only came back when the Travis Scott concert was about to happen the next day. So I'm gonna be real. I don't think the season is bad, but it's not my favorite of Chapter 2. Alright, Chapter 2, Season 7, you are up next. Come on down. For me, Chapter 2, Season 7 was a pretty darn good season. The summer event wasn't that great. Gonna be real, was not that great. But the overall season itself was awesome. We had a ton of alien rifles. We had the radar scanner. I think that's what it's called. I forget what it's called. We had the radar scanner. We had the prop gun, the inflatable. Halfway through the match, you would get taken up to the mothership and play a mini game for a super loot. You start at green and go up to gold or mythic or gold. No, really gold. and then you would have about 30 seconds to loot. And then once you're done looting, you get kicked out the mothership, and then go back on the island fully kitted. And I won many games, and I won many games like that. My best game was the day I bought the Thanos skin that dropped this season and dropped 17 kills. Those are good memories, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, now we have Chapter 2 Season 4 and Chapter 2 Season 8. It's no surprise that for me, Chapter 2 Season 8 is my second favorite best season in Chapter 2. Just because the spooky vibes were very real. Even though everybody was disappointed with the map changes, especially after Skyfire, how the mothership looked like it was gonna fall onto the map, but it missed by a country mile and landing in the waters of the north side of the island. Oh, people were pissed about that. Me, I didn't really care that much though. No, that's not true. I did care. Even I questioned it, but I got used to it. And unfortunately, this season had the same problem where after I've done the battle pass, I quit halfway through, so I missed out on the rest of the story. And I didn't get to do the Chapter 2 end of it because I had to go out with my family that day, so I didn't get to experience it live. But I did watch, I think, Ali A do it at the time. But yeah, other than that, the items are cool. Battle Pass I thought was cool. Made an improvement to Season 7, which I think is one of the weakest. Is one of my least favorite Battle Passes of all time. Even Chapter 5 Battle Passes were a lot more interesting than this one, to be honest. Kind of crazy to think about it. And that leaves Chapter 2 Season 4. Yep. This season did what Chapter 5 Season 4 tried to do, but worse. Chapter 2 Season 4 did the Marvel superhero thing way better, and it's still the better Marvel season. We had Iron Man's repulsors, his Unibeam, Surfer's surfboard, Wolverine's claws, Thor's hammer. Then you had the Venom mythic here. Black Panther's mythic, Groot's baller, which got vaulted in, which was in and out of the game due to glitches. And then we had Storm's ability. Oh man, and it was just so much fun. And then you had the Stark rifle, you had the Stark energy rifle, Stark Industries. Upper Manhattan dropped on the northeast side of the island. I tell you, man, you just had to be there during Chapter 2 Season 4. But that first half though, it was kind of rough because there was no real map changes other than sitting in a graveyard. I'm gonna be real. When Stark Industries dropped, that all changed. Okay, that all changed. I'll tell you that right now. All right, we have 2 more chapters. We have Chapter 6. We have Chapter 6 and Chapter 1. Let's say we quickly go through Chapter 6, shall we? My least favorite season of Chapter 6 was Galactic Battle. I'm not a big Star Wars head like I was when I was a kid. I'm not a big Star Wars head. I'm just not. While I will say a lot of the weapons were cool to use, I'm just not that big a fan. Although the event was cool, again, just not that big a fan. Alright, Season 2 Lawless goes up next. I don't hate this season, but there was a lot about this season I just didn't care about. There's a lot about this season that I just didn't care about. Even though you could get heck of gold in this season though from mining shiny shafts, that's really it. And again, not really following the story of this chapter because chapter 4 made me check out a story. Like I checked out a story a long time ago. No, Chapter 5 made me check out a story. I stopped caring about the story after OG, I'm gonna be honest with you. Alright, so then that leaves us with Chapter 6 Season 3 and Chapter 6 Season 1. Chapter 6 Season 1 goes into second place. I enjoyed the first season. This was the first season where I truly did not feel that the first season was getting boring as the season went on. I did not feel like I was getting bored throughout this season. I didn't feel it. I played through most of it. I didn't play a lot. I didn't play more of the major updates. I was just there for like Winterfest and whatnot. But I had fun grinding this battle pass. I had fun hopping into a game of solos. Zero build. I forgot to mention, I played Reload during Remix. That's the only time I played the Reload during there. I should have mentioned that. But Chapter 6 Season 1, I really enjoy it. But it's no surprise that Chapter 6 Season 3 right now is killing it. I love this season. Like, I'm not grinding the game's Battle Pass right now. I mean, I guess you kind of say I am, but I don't have the Battle Pass, mind you, just the computer. But I've gotten only 2 wins in solos. Most of my wins came from Blitz Royale on day 1, where I got 5 wins in a row. Like, I won 5 games in a row. Before game 6, I lost. In game 7, I won. And then I won another solo not too long ago. So overall, I like the hero ranking system of season 3, where the more you survive, the more items you have, the more you level up, the more you get siphoned back too. So you refill to max health and shield when you rank up. And you get a whole assortment of boons, which are Chapter 6's version of the Chapter 4 augments, which I failed to mention what I should have mentioned, but they weren't really all that interesting. But yeah, my favorite season of Chapter 6 is Season 3 so far. I hope Season 4 can live up to the hype. I hope so. Alright, now we have Chapter 1. Alright, so let's make this quick. So we have Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. Now that I've played through all 3 of these seasons, thanks to the new OG, I've played through all 3 of these, and you are not missing anything from these seasons. These seasons are really lackluster, really bare bones. There's not much going on. And in Zero Build, it's even worse. Not much going on these 3 seasons. I know, but I get it. I know. If I were there back in 2017, I'd have a different opinion about season 1, 2, and 3, but those seasons were just not it, man. Or not it. I'm just gonna be real. Alright, so then we got... This one's tough. I'll do season 6 next. Even though I came back during this season, back at the OG Chapter 1, even though I played in Chapter 4, I played in Season 4, played in Season 4, came back in Season 6. I still think this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th best season. It didn't do a lot bad, but didn't do a lot wrong. Just kind of meandered in the middle. And then we have Season 5 for me? No. Yeah, we'll do Season 5. We have Season 5 for me. Thanks to this OG, I got to experience this season. I don't have much to say about it now, because I'll have to wait until the new OG Season 5 to get like a real opinion. But for now, my opinion here is that it sits at number 6. 10th, 9th, 8th, 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, yeah. Okay, then we have Chapter 1, Season... We'll do Season 10 at 5th place. Mechs. That's all I gotta say about that, it's just mechs. That's it. I personally played a lot of Team Rumble during this season, so the mechs didn't really affect me. But if you played a lot of solos, or if you played a lot of regular BR, you did not have mechs. Alright, now we got Season 9, 8, 7, and then 4. I'm gonna do Season 7 next, even though I played a lot of Season 7, even though I was starting to understand how Fortnite worked during this season. I was really learning how to build during this season, to be honest with you. I really took building a lot more seriously, started to actually learn how to do it. Also, I enjoyed 14 days of Fortnite with the Christmas stuff and whatnot. Getting my first ever solo win this season. I think it was like 10 kill win. And overall, just playing Fortnite. I was on Fortnite every single day during the season. Alright, season 4, you go quickly next. First ever season, we're currently in season 4 right now. I haven't gotten to win this season just because I don't really like the new umbrellas. They're a little bit too bland for my liking. But season 4 though, this is where it all started. I'm glad I get to play it again. If they do the Thanos LTM, I think this season would go up even more, in my opinion. Now we're stuck on 3rd place, 2nd place, and then 1st place. We have chapter 1 season 9 and chapter 1 season 8. Two of my most played seasons, in chapter 1. Two of my most played. I've been yapping for 30 minutes. I do apologize. There's just a lot to talk about. A lot of seasons to talk about. I'm going to put season 8 in 2nd place. And season 9 goes into 1st. Let's start with season 8. First battle pass I ever got to grind. And I enjoyed every second of it. I loved the vibes of season 8. The story of season 8 with the vault and then the volcano, then the volcano eruption event and all that. The volcano being one of my favorite drop spots of that season, of course. Loved it. Again, first ever battle pass, I grinded. Loved every minute of it. Season 9, this is the best summer season we ever had. Just because in season 9, we had so much stuff. Tons of mobility items. Tons of different heals like slurps, minis, bigs, med kits, bandages. Jugs, I got stuck. We had tons of different weapons to choose from ARs, shotguns. The combat shotgun was added this season. Although people complained about the pump shotgun being bad, then they brought the pump shotgun back, but the combat still dominated. We had the boom bow in the season for a bit before it got vaulted. The boom bow was introduced in season 8. We had ballers, which are also introduced in season 8. We had slipstreams around most of the map. And overall, just the vibes of season 9 were high. This is World Cup season. It's the World Cup season. Summer 2019 might be my favorite summer of the 2010s. Nah. There were other summers better than 2019, but 2019 summer, that was God tier. God tier season, in my opinion. Whew, I've been yapping for 32 minutes, y'all. I do apologize for the longest video I've recorded so far in my return back for a little bit, but I just felt like I need to just quickly rattle this off. So these are my seasons of Fortnite ranked from my least favorite to my favorite. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I apologize for the long-winded yap. I'll see you in the next one, because there's going to be another yap coming soon. Alright, later y'all.